Are you ready to party? Let's go.
Okay, welcome back to our November monthly review because in our tracks that I'm recording I put October. My bad.
Oh, nice.
Yes, November monthly review. We have Sam Kamalafe, Danielle Cravat,
Sup, cheekies?
Yeah.
Jordan Jimiola, and myself, Tim Fisher. What is up? If you guys can, before we get started too, please go leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. 5 stars. Leave a nice little comment. It helps us. We'd really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Please.
Please. Yes. Yes, and thank you. Hey, did you guys have a good Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Ate a shit ton.
Yes. The food, the games,
Easy.
the laughing. It was
Hey,
amazing.
the picture you sent of your dad, and then I love that Danny has the wherewithal to like look into the picture. She's like, yeah, that big ass Jenga. Dude, that thing was huge.
Massive,
dude.
I was jealous. I wasn't even far from you.
Right.
I
And
realize
we were,
I'm like 10 minutes from you now.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're in.
It's Buena Park, but it's like really Fullerton.
Oh, yeah. No, you're better on the corner.
Yeah, but not anymore.
Well, not anymore. What?
Wait, what? That house is going to be gone soon. It's like, what?
My
That's the-
new residence for the next 7 months
Right.
is going to be Fullerton.
Right.
Yeah.
Right down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every weekend.
Exactly.
What's
What's up, girl? Yeah.
Hit you up, sis.
Yeah.
Dude.
boy. Yeah.
Well, hey, let's get this started. We're going to start with Gavin Newsom. Jordan voted for him. It's
How dare you?
What?
I mean, I don't care who you vote for. I'm just kidding. I'm just like poking him at dude.
I have no witty comebacks
like,
to that. I was like,
Fuck
that's
you, Tim.
incorrect. That's all I got.
I saw it definitely caught you off guard. I do it all the time at work. I'm like, oh, you voted. And people are like, what?
You wanted this.
Yeah.
No, I will not make out with you.
Yeah. But Gavin Newsom, I think he got either his second round or booster, right? What did he get?
I think it was the second round.
Yeah, I think it was the second round, and then all of a sudden,
He disappeared.
we just haven't heard from him, and now he's in Mexico. Apparently, I don't know.
Wait, what?
What's going on there?
Either that or that somebody's just making a joke. But he's,
Well, I want to know,
like, where has he been?
He wasn't around for about a month, right? He disappeared.
I would say less than that.
A couple weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It
Yeah,
was
now
definitely
it's about
like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like,
So I just know that he actually got his second round, and then suddenly hasn't really been around, and then he canceled going to the summit, which is something that's very routine yearly. So in other words, his people would have known about this event well ahead of time.
Real quick for our listeners, the summit. Which summit are you talking about? Oh,
that's a great question, Tim. We're gonna be kicking it over to our analysts for some information.
Back to you.
Back to you, Tim.
oh, that was the best thing that's ever happened on this show. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I'm ready.
No,
to
I'm
bullet.
kidding. I'm kidding. It was a climate change summit thing, right? What was it?
UN
Something-
Climate Change
Yes.
Summit.
And this is something that is, very routine every year.
It's a big one, though.
Yes.
This is
something
something
that's always attended.
Right.
So for to last minute just like not go. Like in other words, his people have known about this for like a while.
I'm laughing at your face was so awesome. So what summit is it? It was that whole like shit.
I gave him that look. Like, if I could stab you right now.
I'm so sorry. I won't get specific. But what are the?
But anyways,
there's a lot that came out. But what was true is why.
So pretty much where we get to it is he's kind of like just been in hiding and then takes a leave of absence from work.
Okay.
And cancels a summit. And then on top of that, he does end up showing up at a wedding, but it's like a real quick pop in and then bounce. So we're thinking, did you have a reaction?
now that's the speculation from.
That's the
everybody,
speculation.
right?
Now, then his wife, who doesn't really like help out,
I never see her on TV.
goes and starts tweeting. And she was tweeting something along the lines, people just can't handle truth. And then kind of goes on saying, maybe he's just busy at the office and da-da-da. Like saying stuff like that, but then quickly removes it, I think, within 10 minutes or less.
It's real rich coming from her and the family she's tied to.
Exactly. And
all
then
that money. Get out of here.
So pretty much what they're saying is, okay, well, if he was busy in the office, why is he taking a leave of fucking absence? In other words, and if it is family or something, why wouldn't you just say, we're just busy with our family? That's what any normal person would do because you're not like hiding anything. So that's just pretty much that. I feel like she kind of ratted him out there.
Probably. So when him being gone for that period of time, it's allegedly
And still
because, yeah, because of the second round of the shot, right? They're saying it causes some type of, is it like Bell's palsy or paralytic where like parts of your body can't function, right?
Well, Tim,
Oh man.
My eyes got big too. Like, please take that.
I was like,
No, so
I did not want to make eye contact with Tim on that.
no,
You're a fucking, you're too much, you know? I'm so glad we got freaking cameras in here.
sometimes. No,
Well, Tim, get the fuck
that's
out
interesting that you bring that up, Tim.
He's like
I'm glad
this.
You,
Yep.
like, well, actually, what I hear is. No, so okay, because you're right. One of the side effects is Bell's palsy, and it happens. It's not like I feel like everything that we say like this, depending on how you feel about it, it's going to sound like I'm a crazy person with whatever's coming out of my mouth. If you disagree, so I'll keep it real light because it's a low percentage, but it is one of the side effects that can happen with pericarditis and other kind of cardiovascular related injuries. It's like look it up. It's out there.
I look like an alcoholic next to you guys. Like, you guys all have
We're drinking
tea,
tea
and I'm
and you're-
drinking Jack and Coke.
Yeah, it's only 9:30 in the morning, dude.
Right.
Drink
Yeah.
your fucking alcohol.
And I requested it via text, so I was asking for it at
you
9.
walked in and I was like, how is that already poured? I didn't have an order placed.
I put
knows
it-
here.
Yeah.
I just willed it to
I
be.
said,
it
there
just
better be a fucking
disappeared.
Jack and Coke on the table waiting for me. Coming in hot. Like,
So going back to that is one of the things that would kind of fall in line with the time period of taking off because the Bell's palsy, it's not like a permanent thing sometimes with people. It could last for a couple days, a week or whatnot. And it's just the things that I've read make it sound like it happens somewhat close within the time period of taking the vaccine, which doesn't make or break his case because the reality is this UN summit for climate change is a big deal every year, and him more specifically being one of the front runner states of wanting to go green everything, you would think that he would make it. So for him to pull out short notice was a big deal, but to have no explanation for it, I always find it funny when people are very defensive in these kind of scenarios. Like, you know, he's whether you like him or not, he's a prominent figurehead in, you know, the face of California, if you will, right? You know, just because he's a governor, right? But it's like when these things happen to people, I find it fascinating that like their immediate response is like, give us space. Okay, sorry, we're busy, you know? And you get a lot of these like kind of defense things. I mean, look, his wife was tweeting about it, you know, and it's like, no, dude, your job is public, right? You're the you chose this route of your life, so don't be surprised when you know you miss something, and it all kind of correlates with the getting vaccinated. Look, hopefully nothing happens. I don't want to see anyone get hurt from anything, but if that is the case, I mean, I would feel like, man, you earn more respect by being like, yeah, I had some kind of complication from it, but you know, we got through it. We're getting better. If anything, I would say if you were in those spots, you would want to at least tell everybody that you're good now, you know? And like, just as far as like, you know, people hesitant about doing the vaccine, not doing the vaccine, whatever.
you're making people more hesitant.
Right. You're making it sound like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, look, this gazillionaire, you know, who probably has the best access to everything, you know, still gets fucked up from something. And we're only assuming this, right? Because we don't have any confirmation, and I would expect us never to have actually what
we never
happened.
will, yeah.
You know, what I think is that he got kidnapped for like 5 or 6 days, dude. They had to send in a team. Yeah, because he's been a lot nicer on, you know, since... No, I'm just kidding. I think...
Dude,
apparently I
never
voted
know.
for him, but I think he's a dick. So, you know...
They probably fucking kidnapped him and blindfolded and had him lick vials of fucking Moderna.
Hey, dude, I'm going Larry Elder
Yeah,
2022.
Lick it with his eyes closed, all sexual and shit.
Just dropping just drips of Moderna in his eyeballs, just holding it up. He's like, you'll take this.
It's like, stop pushing P, Pfizer. You will like Moderna.
He was kidnapped by the Johnson & Johnson reps, dude. They're like, fuck Moderna. You know, and he's like, Pfizer for life. Anyway, we can make a skit about that. It'd be funny.
But I agree with you. I found it when, I heard the news that he might, have that 1 in a million, whatever it is, reaction, right? Possibly like paralyze your body for a little bit, all this. I thought, how rich? How fucking rich is
Sweet
that,
irony.
man? Yeah, I was like, the irony of that is so awesome. Because it's my opinion, I don't like the guy. He shut down the economy. I think he's using COVID-19 for political shit to push an agenda. But in the meantime, he's screwing up California in the middle class. Dude, you can't let people go to work. You're saying they're non-essential and that's their income and livelihood to provide for their family and kids? People working 2 or 3 jobs?
Yep.
Like, are you kidding me right now, dude? Every job is essential. I'm going to say it right now because everyone's got to provide.
Right.
I just thought it was messed up. It's like, I have no respect for the guy, dude.
Right.
Isn't that a weird just term in general of deeming what is essential? Because technically, if you're working, you're paying taxes, which you're contributing into the system, which supplies the money for them to figure out what they're going to do to supply health, lodging, food, fucking everything for everybody. So technically, it's like everyone is essential.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And anyway.
Jordan, it's funny that you mentioned that he's under all this scrutiny, right? And then he just disappears. But, the reason why his position exists is so that he can be like, look at me. I'm the face of California. Like, that's me. And then he pulls out and he's like, whoa. This is against the agenda. I can't, nobody can see this.
Right.
Because it's basically saying what the agenda I'm pushing is wrong. I'm fucked now. So, don't look at me. Don't look.
Unless he went in for emergency, like anal wart removal or something, He seems like he'd be that kind of guy.
I think so.
Big old lesion on
He's
his
like,
fucking
listen,
anus.
I
dude."
had to get my butt bleached, and the holidays were coming, and things were getting tight. So
Tight. Hey, ding, bring that shit.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah.
Hey,
Also, for when you mentioned he pulled out.
Hey,
Yeah,
not
man.
that. Don't look at me.
2 today, guys. You step it up.
be a man, bro.
I didn't want to interrupt your chin wag, so that's why I held off on it.
Wag, was I going like this?
Just when you start talking.
Oh, okay. So, anyways, Newsom sucks. What's
Cal Rittenhouse.
Oh,
Dude, that's a
We're
big
gonna
one.
jump there?
I want to
That's
jump
a
there
huge
right now.
Transition. Dope.
A huge transition. This is a big one, right? Because
Yeah.
everyone was kind of holding on to this for a long time to figure out, is he going to be guilty, not guilty, whatever, right? What I found kind of interesting is that, he went to court. It was all legal. A jury of his peers, and they found him. He was in the right. He's protecting himself, right? From the videos, the analysis, all this type of stuff, right? What I'm trying to understand is he pretty much, they're saying self-defense. He took down 3 of these people, right? They're 3 Caucasian people, yet BLM is saying it's racist. I'm really fucking confused on that one.
Yeah.
I don't fucking get it. I'm not trying to get too racy on here, but it's kind of bothered me a little bit because I'm like, people should stand for what they believe. I really believe that. That's what's great about this country. But now things are starting to seem a little wonkus here. It doesn't make sense to me because on top of that, the guys that were killed, they're calling them heroes. Some are, right? One was wasn't he a child rapist?
Convicted
Yeah.
rapist of a 5-year-old boy.
Like, what are we doing here, people?
Yeah.
Why are we calling
Personally,
them
I
heroes?
think he got off easy because
if he would have went
he
to
deserves
jail?
to get his throat slit slowly.
Right, getting
So,
blasted
you
a
know.
quick death is not what that guy
Yeah.
is, in my opinion, because if you diddle kids, you deserve the
Yeah,
most
and I'm
worst
not
punishment ever.
I'm not condoning killing anyone. I think so. I think all life is precious. Okay, but when you're gonna call someone call them heroes, after their history and the list of stuff they were doing, being on, I'm like, come on, you guys. Like, what do we fuck? Is that how bad you want an agenda to pass?
Well, I mean, I figured this was going to come up. Obviously, it's a huge, a big event that occurred this month, and there's so many aspects of how to. I'm trying to look this up real quick as I'm talking. I'm sorry. There's so many aspects of how where do you start in the process of talking about this case, right?
So pretty much, are they saying is it racist because it was a BLM?
No. I think it's racist. I think it's racist because of the comparison. Again, if a black man has a gun, or if he doesn't have a gun, it's like he's always going to get shot, right?
Okay,
So
gotcha.
then it's that comparison to Rittenhouse having an AR open carry, and he shoots somebody and says, "Oh my God, self-defense." And then they're like, "What the fuck? Like, really?" So I think that's some of what the comparison is, you know?
So I think, sorry, I'm trying to get my other thoughts. So there's a lot of different variables of this topic, right, of what's being broke down, right? So it's like, yeah, that's part of it, is saying like, oh, it's a white guy that goes over, gets involved, shoots 3 people, 2 die, and now he's walking, right? That's like the basis premise of why people get fired up about this.
Correct.
Okay, the other part about it is that, okay, it's beyond, obviously the kid should not have been there, right? Like that, he's a minor, he shouldn't have been, you know, and I mean...
Like I wouldn't have my kid...
Right, and I think as a parent, I would never condone a child to go protect someone saying, so for the reasons of what he was doing, we can dissect that of whether it's important or not, because the reality was...
It was his family's company, wasn't business.
It was
his grandparents' store or
so
something.
it was his family lived in that area, right? So he lived outside of Kenosha, was like, I'm gonna go help these business people for whatever reason that is, whether it's because his family lives there or maybe friend ties to the business, because the first spot he went to was like a mattress store where at the time the protest now turned riot was going in and breaking up the spots, and there was throwing Molotov cocktails and stuff, and this guy went there and he was helping the store owner try to get people out of the business. And in the process of that, he was rendering aid.
Yeah, because he was trained for that as well, wasn't
but he was not an EMT.
Yeah.
He was a volunteer. He was a kid. You know what I mean? He's a child. I mean, look, he's not a child, but he's a young kid.
Legally still a minor.
Yeah,
right.
legally.
And so it's like this is like such a crazy thing, because it's like I don't know, me personally, I don't agree with the rioting. I've been very consistent on that. So it's like, I agree, stand up for what you believe in. We have the ability to protest, but as soon as shit gets out of line and people's livelihood or themselves are in personal danger, all shit's out the window regardless of what side of anything you're on, in my opinion. So I feel like this kid felt some sort of conviction to go help protect something, which I disagree with him being there, but from starting that part to how it laid out was crazy. I mean, and this is the interesting part. And for anyone who's listening that hasn't really looked into it, go listen to the hearing. You can see every bit of evidence that was put out there. You can see everyone's stories. You can see everybody's. As far as when they're on the witness stand and they're talking about the process and everything, it was pretty a chaotic event, you know. And these 3 guys attacked this kid. You know, and it's ironic that I have so many things that I want to say with this, but it's ironic because if you didn't listen to the case and you just turned on whatever news outlet, media source, whatever it is, multiple high respected people in the community were saying Kyle Rittenhouse killed 3 black people. You know, some kid shows up and starts blasting into the crowd, killing 3 black. There's multiple sources of saying that he murdered 3 people who were black, which they were not.
So incorrect.
They were white people. And I'm not saying that it's cool to murder anybody either, but it's like, you know, as a story develops and information comes out, and it's like, to even after the fact.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was watching something, people were talking about like, oh, this guy walks and these painting these people that are killed as heroes. And it's like, I'm not saying that it's good that anyone passes away or gets shot and killed. But it's like, at what point is it like, dude, just stop saying this kind of shit? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, are you only saying
misinformation?
This? Right. Are you only, is it like, can we just, what happened? Okay, well, there was 3 people involved. They attacked this kid, and in the process of it, he defends himself and shoots people. And it's like, everyone dismisses the fact that this kid killed a couple people and is only 17 and has to think for the rest of his life about the events of that night. Right. Some people are like, oh, Rittenhouse is a hero. I was like, I don't think he's a hero either. Right. He made a dumb decision to go, be...
He put himself in a bad spot.
Right.
He shouldn't have.
And you know what? I don't know. That's a whole other side of the argument. It's like, if everyone came out to defend the areas that they lived in with shit gets silly, I don't think that kind of stuff would happen anymore. Silly. I know, silly.
I love when you say silly shit.
But and it's unfortunate because it's like you take a movement, you take a scenario where you have public display of people getting together to stand for one thing, and I think it gets tarnished when shit gets crazy, and it's like, because that was the Rittenhouse thing happened in the direct what happened with Jacob Blake. right?
Right.
Which is also kind of ironic because in the last 3 days, I've heard 2 different news clippings saying that Jacob Blake was shot and killed. And one of them was a pro basketball player saying that we need justice for Jacob Blake because of his murder. It's like, well, I hate to break it to you, Jalen Rose, but Jacob Blake is
Jalen Rose
alive.
event?
Yes.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah.
Last
And
time I checked, he was breathing. So
Right.
yeah, and I'm not saying that was good either. So I'm not dissecting his thing. That's a whole other subject matter. But the fact is that when you're utilizing terms, phrases, things like that in a public platform that you have pull with people, dude, say at least what is accurate.
You have a responsibility to tell the truth.
And you could say, I believe that Jacob Blake was, this was injustice, or the cops overdid it, or whatever. That's your opinion of the fact. But if you start saying, these cops killed this guy, and this is bullshit, and it's like, okay, well, first of all, that didn't actually happen, But then no one questions him when he's being interviewed. No one says, well, hey, Jalen, he's actually alive.
actually,
You can.
I hate to break it to you, but
I'm like, you could just change. You don't have to, you don't have to change your stance or how you feel or anything. But like, you can't tell 3 million people out there that maybe don't know anything about this case that's exactly what happened, which fuels another problem.
Well, here's
Right?
here's the thing. Who was that kid? Was it last year or the year before? NBC or CNN painted a round picture of him. He was like standing on the steps of some fucking capitol, and they're saying he was doing something to Indian people or being racist.
It was the elderly Native American gentleman
Right.
that was beating the drum in his face, and
Right.
he didn't move because they were doing a is that not a protest, like a rally or something, right? And the kid didn't move. He was wearing a Make America Great Again hat because he was on a field trip with some other students. And when this guy kept getting in his face to move, he stood there and he kind of had like a smirk on his face. Well, that blew. Of course he's nervous. Cameras in your face. This guy's beating a drum. You're thinking, this is an old man. I'm like, listen, buddy, I don't even know you.
Right.
And this is just weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
But that kid got scrutinized because of his political affiliation and because now he's some white racist kid to Native American people. And we could laugh about it now. That kid won $250 million on a settlement.
$270 million.
Oh, 270.
Yeah, because you got to think, right? They did it right. When they went after him, they were saying, well, you ruined his life. How's he going to have a good job? This is what he could have earned. I'm like, can you come fucking smear me?
There it is.
Please?
There it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, the joke, though, is that it's not a joke, but like, if you think that one was a good settlement, this Rittenhouse kid is sitting on
probably
$1 billion.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's going to say, the president of the United States called me a white a white supremacist.
Right.
Like, he said that.
Right.
Like about a kid before the case was over, before any information of like actual. Because I mean, I don't know where. Like, that's the thing, right? It's like I can say, "Oh, these are the facts," right? But then someone will be like, "Oh, well, the system's just racist. That's why these facts came out." So it's like there's never really
It's
an
very
answer. You
true.
can, no matter what you say, with how you feel, there's always going to be a counter. But with that actual case, with that information came forward, with the testimonies of the people who was involved, that fucking dude that got blasted in the arm. I mean, everyone had to have seen the meme.
Oh, dude.
When they were like, Did he shoot you after you put a gun in his face threatening to kill him? He's like, yes.
Yeah.
And you could see his prosecution team's like, what? You know what I mean? And it's like, and then as soon as that next day,
Yeah.
which is crazy because you could be on the witness stand and then on like CNN the next morning or on like the local news channel. And they're talking about everything that you've just gone through. And he immediately was like, no, that's not what happened. I just, I said it because I was, probably because you were under oath.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're scared if you lie that something can happen to you long term. But as soon as you get out of that arena, you're like, no, that's not what happened. I was just making. So it's like,
It's all on video, though. They keep playing it over like 3 different angles.
yeah, and look, the kid they were throwing Molotov cocktails at him. Some kid hit him with a skateboard. They were yelling, die MFer, die this, da-da-da-da-da, like you're going to be attacked. Now, I'm not a specialist in this area, but I can only presume that people were coming after me saying they're going to kill me while they're like willing to burn down buildings I'm around. I'd take them seriously.
yeah.
I'd be like, okay, well, I'm fucked. And then once you get hit, I don't know. It's unfortunate because it's like
I'll tell you-
I don't like to see it happen like that. But at the same time, it's like these guys aren't pariahs. You know what I mean? That were there, for whatever. Because if they really believed in a cause, in a movement, you would do what we're able to do and stand together and like promote that.
Yeah.
In like an educating way, not just like, hey, we're going straight to anarchy. Like that just shit doesn't fucking work. And then in the limelight, they got shot and there's 2 guys that got killed from it. What's up? But anyway, it's so nutty, and it's nutty to see the reactions of people. And like when I say people, I'm referring to like celebrities and like more affluent, social media, contributors, where it's like, did you not like watch what happened?
I know.
And it's like, and then what sucks with that is that it takes away from the cases that there are shithead people doing that kind of stuff. Because it's like, and like, I don't disagree that like there's white supremacists. Absolutely. Of course there are. Just like there's every extremist to every, subcategory and everything, they exist. But when you lump everyone in together, you're no different than just saying anything about anyone. Yeah. Like it's just like a general stereotype. Well, everything's fucked because white supremacy exists and it's all in part of this. And it's like, dude, of course there's cases of that. And I feel like we've done as a society a great job on getting rid of those fucking people. And it's not going to stop. And you got to still pursue that and pursue, Anyway, This is way too fucking early.
You're doing great, dude. I love it, man. That's what we do on a Saturday morning. But it goes to show you, too, how screwed up our media is in their journalism. To me, it's not journalism anymore, right? You seek out the truth. You fact find.
Right.
Especially if people really looked into how many times CNN's like being sued or having to backpedal.
Yeah,
if they actually looked into it, it's a lot.
And then when you hear about
just in the last year,
these major news stations when the Kyle Rittenhouse thing first happened, they're saying, "Oh, he killed 3 black men." It's right there on video that they're Caucasian. It's like you're just trying to stir the pot, dude.
Yep.
Like, what's the? God, I'm trying to think of the best word here. What are they trying to get to in these major media, right? Why are you not telling the truth? Why are you trying to hide all this shit and cause so much freaking division? Which is why the media is actually going after podcasts now, which I'm sure you guys know. They're trying to take that shit down because you have people like us and other podcasts who are telling the truth. Like, we're not picking sides, we're putting out facts. Straight up, that's it.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, I would foresee that that's where it will leach into.
Oh yeah, dude. It was
some kind of
it was either
regulation.
CNN or MS. One of them said, like in an article, they're saying we need to take down podcasts because they're spreading misinformation. Like, get the hell out of here! You don't like that we're telling the truth, and that podcasts are getting better ratings than CNN.
Well,
it's freaking amazing.
I think everyone's getting better ratings at CNN. I something the other day. It was like I think that Rachel Maddow gal's leaving. Like she might be going to another network because like she was only getting like 400,000 views in it, which is a lot. But like you're like this 7 o'clock slot or 8 o'clock slot on a mainstream news network. Like you should be in the millions, and now you're barely making it. And
how long can CNN stay on the Trump hating train? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're 10 months into this,
We're only 10 months into this. God.
Inflation, all this shit that's happening right now. Oh, my God. Imagine in 4 years we're going to be.
I just think
crazy.
But they have to. They have to.
Exactly.
They picked a popular stance during Trump's presidency to gain traction of like, questioning him whether he's good or not. Right? Not that it was like super hard. He's like, obviously he's like could be mean, the tweet thing, all that bullshit. Right. But like, I mean, going outside of that, like they hammered every single day, Russia. Till it was like, I mean, like I would look stuff up because I'm like, there's no, like, how is this? This is crazy. I'm like, well, maybe they do have something. Maybe there is something there because these people are acting like, they're willing to sell, their souls for this story. And you have all these politicians that every interview, the smoking gun. I mean, we've all seen those like little snippets, they're using the trigger words and things like that. And then to come to find out after the Durham investigation that all of it was a lie. And like that's not like, making it up. It's like, no, that actually is. They have all the pieces, the investigations, the information coming out to show they literally had nothing about this Russian hoax connection with the president, and then nothing comes of it.
They never get in trouble.
Adam Schiff was on fucking The View, and to The View's credit, not like I watch The View all the time, but I feel like it's super like progressive left, like not,
Oh, it's insanely left.
Yeah, one of the gals on there asked Adam Schiff about how do you feel going, you spent like every day on the television saying that you had some information about this, that it was wrong. He didn't have an answer. And it was like, whoa,
Right.
There's no accountability. There's no, and like I was like, what do you do? Well, I think you should get fired, but I just am not a fan of Adam Schiff, but or the View, really, for that matter.
God, dude.
But I'd love to come on the show. That'd be fantastic. It'd be a great time to talk with people who pretend. No,
enjoy.
No, I'd be like, I love Sister Act. It is a good movie. It was a good movie.
Oh, happy day.
It was a good movie.
Anyway,
No, well, dude. Okay, so I heard the other day there was some politicians saying
Saw
that. Well,
Whoopi?
no. The other day, they're saying that the inflation and gas prices are because of Trump. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
God.
Come on, dude. Like, are you guys really gonna try that right now? I think people are waking up realizing like, nah, I don't think it's really all that guy's fault, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit changing right now. It's not good.
Well, I mean, I think that's the trend of every presidency. So when it was Trump, it was like everything was messed up from Obama. Obama said it was all because of Bush, Clinton. You know what I mean? It all backtracks because it's like a scapegoat to blame things on. But
It normally fades by 2 years.
it does.
Yeah.
And at this moment right now, it's looking for about 4 years is what it's going to take.
So we're fucked.
But with the inflation thing, I mean, I think at least a decent argument is, we went from predominantly being self-reliant as a country to now, at least for oil, right? We got rid of the pipelines. Everything we do is exported, and we're constantly trying to push this green, side of getting rid of oil-based, or not oil-based, but like combustion engine type stuff, whether it's cars. I mean, shit, in California, then they say that they want you to get rid of your like fucking lawnmower and like weed whacker and shit. I'm like, you're crazy, dude. You're crazy. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's when is too much. When is like taking a good idea and a theory and being able to apply it to many different parts of our aspects to push for a better scenario. I don't think is crazy. Like, I think that's a good thing. I just think that how do you do that? Like, how is taking the next step without doing like for California, right? Because 2035, we're not supposed to have combustion engines like being sold in the state anymore.
Stupid,
right? And it's like, okay, well, without going into, do you know how much damage to the earth it costs to, make a battery, right? Or to dispose the batteries, or when those things burn, how much carcinogens and messing people up and stuff that it does in relation.
That's your answer.
Well, they don't. Well, they definitely don't promote it. That's for sure. So it's just one of those things where it's like, I think the only way to do that kind of stuff correctly is like literally taking smaller steps. Right. So this quick, like, we're done with the pipeline. I said I was going to do it. I was going to do it. And now all of a sudden gas is fucking $5. Cost me $135 to fill out my truck.
Incredible.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's like, and then if I bitch about it, it's just because I'm not concerned.
Right.
Right. Like, I'm just shut up and do your part is basically all I hear, which is like, again, I could do that. But like, don't be pissed when people question, dude, right before Thanksgiving, I saw like a breakdown of what you can do to battle inflation for the holidays, right? It's just like a weird way to deliver like information like nicely that's kind of fucked up. They're like, well, I know turkeys are like $70 a piece now and not everyone can afford that. So what you can do is go in with a couple families and share them, or get
Crazy.
Taco Bell.
I saw that.
The
Taco Bell. Yeah, I was gonna bring it up, thinking that's the best thing guys to tell you to go to Taco Bell. No, nothing bad about Taco Bell.
I love it.
I actually love it.
I do think
Nacho Supreme.
I do think the zombie apocalypse will happen in a Taco Bell restroom. Someone's gonna have a bad blowout, dude. It's the end of the world.
For sure.
But dude,
No doubt, dude.
that's the best you guys to tell your people to go to fucking Taco. What a slap in the face. I think when I saw it, I thought it was so disrespectful to the taxpayers.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're gonna tell the people who are paying the taxes of this land and country, who we entrusted you with authority to go eat Taco Bell. Go fuck yourself. Well, get out of here, dude.
It hasn't. I mean, dude, Christmas is around the corner. Last Christmas, in the height of the lockdown and what people should do. I mean, you have people on TV just being like, "Stay at home by yourself. It'll be a nice thing." Da 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 da. Like, it's almost like they're trying to completely remove the family element, of gathering and stuff with the holidays. At least in my eyes, is like the reason behind it. Like taking the time and blah 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 blah. Anyway, it's nuts. And the cool part is that there's constantly information for us to talk about, which is kind of nice. So it's like, you basically, like, it's funny when these things come out, I feel like 3 days later, something crazy happens. You know what I mean? It's like
all
we literally
forgotten.
we couldn't. Yeah, like the Newsom thing. When you wrote that down, I totally already
That was
forgot
at the
about
beginning
it.
of the month,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
So, anyways, I
Except
voted for
for-
Larry Elder, by the way, and I think he's going to win. Hopefully, if he runs in 2022.
Oh, let's see, dude. You know that you're talking about no combustible engines, right? By whatever 20, what was it?
35.
35. I've had my gardener for a long time. Super cool dude. He does, I think he told me like 20 lawns a day. He's thinking about moving out of state and taking his business elsewhere because he's like, how am I eventually going to be able to mow 20 lawns a day? Am I supposed to have 20 batteries charged at all times?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, shoot, that's it's a great point.
Yeah.
And he's like, they're screwing over the hard-working blue-collar person. He's like, I got to have a gas mower to get through my day and make that certain amount of homes to make a certain amount of money.
Right.
Because I asked him, like, hey, what are you going to do about this? And he was super bummed. He's like, we're going to have to leave. We can't stay in this state. He's like, how am I going to go charge 20 to 30 batteries in the back of my truck?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
It's like the technology isn't there yet, right? You know what I mean? To like, if we're going to replace all gas combustion stuff, it's like, yeah, there is some good electric, equipment, but it's like, I don't think it's there yet to just completely wipe the other, all the combustion engine stuff off. It's
Right.
I don't know, but then again, like, of course it's being pushed. You know what I mean? Like, that's at the end of the day, like, it's, I don't know.
I think
But think
that's all
about too, like how many people can afford a full electric vehicle? They're expensive. Even the quote unquote cheaper ones are still expensive. They're in the $30,000 range. That's a lot of money for a family or somebody who might not have the money to put down on a car. So now you're talking about just straight paying the car off with no down. $600 to $1,000 car payment?
Yep.
Who's gonna be able to afford that? With the cost of rent and mortgages and everything going up?
Childcare.
Yep.
Everything's just
Childcare
expensive.
and
dude.
supposedly unemployment rates, like, still. I mean, I heard that it was going down, but I still, at least in the area that I live in, everyone's signs are up and hiring.
Yeah, I see
Everywhere.
signs everywhere.
And I don't know if maybe it's just been like a weird scenario, but have you guys seen like a lot of younger homeless people?
Yes.
Like lately?
Yes.
Like young, like I mean like early 20s,
Yeah.
like, not like your typical like,
Oh, that bums me out.
40, 50 years
Yeah,
old.
for real.
Really?
Yeah. Dude,
Where'd you see him, Danielle?
I saw him at the donut store this morning when I was picking up your guys' donuts.
Orange County, right?
Yeah.
Orange
No,
County?
we're
Or-
near where I was.
Up where you
Chino
live?
Hills.
Oh, Chino.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you
Okay.
see him over where you live?
Dude, yeah.
That
like,
really bums me out, dude.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Like, I drove by, I gave him some money, and I was like,
Yeah.
I told him, I'm like, dude, you're too young to give up.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I was like, right now, more than any time, which is crazy because I don't really give homeless people a lot of money. Like, I'm not that. I normally give them like water or food or something. You know what I mean?
No, I'm a
But,
sucker.
But
Constantly looking in my wallet for G.
yeah, and it was just like one of those things, dude. Like, I'm not like, I don't know his backstory. I don't know all the ins and outs of things, So it's like I don't want to be too generalized, but like at the end of the day, dude, if you're early in life
Yeah.
and you're thinking that this is the route, that's a tough go. And right now, more specifically, is probably the best time to get a job. And you can get a job cleaning dishes for $20 an hour right now.
But do you think
know
it's
what I mean?
enough money for people to survive? Because you got to think. I read an article a couple weeks ago, and I totally agree. I'm not talking down anything you're saying, but
No.
it said that every American has taken a 6% pay cut with how much inflation has gone up.
I would say that's fair.
I was like, wait, what? So my thing is like, I think about us, right? If we were teenagers or young adults during a time like this with it'd be tough to make rent on some of this, working on an ambulance. You know what I'm saying? You're not making a lot of money. It's like you're definitely going to be scraping by. It's so expensive to live in Southern California.
Oh, yeah, just the survivability factor of like what the cost of things to live more. Well, so like I'll say, living in Orange County. Yeah, I mean, even $20 an hour working in a 40-hour work week, you're probably sharing a room, or you have a real small studio apartment somewhere, and you're probably barely getting by. But I'm not saying that those jobs are like the long term thing,
True.
and that's not knocking anyone who's long term as a I would say like someone washing dishes or like whatever that kind of entry level spots are to certain businesses. Not knocking them at all. Like, and I hope you expand, right? Because that's kind of the infrastructure game plan of like start somewhere, work your way up, right? But even that, You know, I mean, Bank of America has put a thing out. They're hiring for tellers with no college experience, and they're starting you out at $24 an hour with benefits.
Really?
Yeah.
Never hear that.
Right. So that's why, you know, like pending the people who are living on the street is not completely like psychosis driven. Right.
Okay.
So it's not just like, okay, they're just checked out and they need like actual mental help.
Right.
You know, let's say someone was down on their luck or they made some bad decisions or they were using drugs or whatever. And then it's like, you can get yourself clean. You can get a job making decent money, at least to get you going somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, because then the argument would be, well, if $20 an hour isn't enough to survive, or $25 an hour, whatever. If that's not enough to survive, then it's like, how are these people doing it? You know, it's like, because they all have cell phones, they have like places to stay, you know, things like that. It's like, where's that cost? You know, what does that look like? And I don't know. It's a never ending, you know, it's a mess. But I hope that people can take advantage of the scenario that we're in right now. At least if you're like say if you don't have a job, you know, and you're scrambling to get something else, there's people that are willing to hire on what used to be deemed like a more entry level position that was like lower paying, or now you can make some actual money doing it. And by doing that, who knows? That's how you network. That's how you expand, right? You go work for 3 weeks, working with someone, meet up, and then you get start a company or whatever. You know, I mean, that's like, I don't know. That's at least the way I look at it. But
I think one of the biggest things is like they were doing something and then that thing just went to shit. And then they're like, what do I do now?
Probably
like, I don't-
crushing, huh?
Right, exactly. And then I have to, you know, switch careers.
That's a good point.
You know, and then they find themselves on the street with no support. So like you said, I mean, if you just look on just jobs in general, you know, there are so many different types of things you can do for different amounts of money.
Well, you make a good point too. You have to be willing to do something you don't want to do
Right.
sometimes. There's plenty of times, I'm sure all of us, to get to where we're at now, we've worked jobs that we didn't want to do.
Right.
You know, I remember working night shift on an ambulance. I hated that. 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. and I went to school from 9 to 3. I hated my life for those 2 years.
You know who may be coming up though?
Let's Go podcast.
All those people trying to sue Travis Scott right now
Oh,
for Astroworld.
Oh, yeah. How's that drink tasting?
Oh, it's amazing.
yeah.
Okay.
Chug it, chug it.
No, yeah, that's a good point. Astroworld, dude, that's a
was
big
big.
deal. I do think they're going to be paying a lot of money on that.
Well, and then not only that, it is a little bit of a slap in the face, apology that he gave out.
What him and Drake,
And
or just him?
Kylie Jenner or whatever,
him,
like,
right?
oh,
Yeah.
we didn't know anything. But from just even past concerts, there's footage of him encouraging them to jump fences, to like
Kind of get rowdy, right?
yes.
Get crazy.
That's
there's
his
a
thing, right?
there's a
I mean,
lot
yeah.
of evidence of him at previous shows encouraging that. Bulldoze through security, jump the fences, come up here. And so I think his big thing right now is just that everybody's going against him. He's trying to act like he didn't see it happening. When he did see it happening and he just continued on and they were yelling at him to stop the show, stop the show.
Well, let's
Oh, so-
say
yeah.
right there was there's video of a girl who got up on one of the camera stands, right, with
Yeah.
one of the camera operators,
yeah.
and she was saying, "Hey, people are dying down here. We got to stop the show." And that guy just is like, "Get off this stage or whatever. I'll throw you off or
Right.
something." Like,
yeah.
like you
Yeah.
guys got to take it serious. How many total people died on that?
A bunch.
I don't know.
It was 10.
Yeah.
Oh, the first number I heard it was more than that because people died later on in the hospital. So I don't know the exact number, to be honest. I don't even want to throw out a number.
Well, it's just sad. The whole
But
point is, yes, a number
multiple.
of people.
Like I would say at 8 or more.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it just
And
it makes
a
you wonder.
lot of injuries.
Why wouldn't they stop? Are you not listening to the people? Does your security not care?
Yeah.
I mean, lives over performance should always be number one.
Yeah.
And safety and everything you do. I mean, they showed a video of Linkin Park stopping one of the shows because somebody fell.
Yeah.
Someone had a video that they stopped the music. They said, pick him up. Like, safety and life is number one here. We can always perform after.
Yeah.
And they just started the song over. It's pretty cool. There's actually people have been posting up videos of different artists who have done that. Though they stopped the entire show, like get the person up or they fell.
So it totally just makes him look bad.
Oh, yeah.
Especially
That you
since
can't
there's multiple shows
Yes.
proof of him doing that.
Yeah.
So Kylie might have to be bailing out her man. here and there.
I think that's why though, because he's promoted it in other shows.
Yeah.
You know, so when it does happen, it's like, nah, it's not really happening. It's
Yeah.
like, nah, that really. I mean, yeah, I do say this, but is it happening like now?
Yeah.
Like, nah. And then it happens, and he's like, oh, okay, whoops, sorry. Like I never promoted that in the past.
Yeah, dude, you
But
can't you can't lie and do
No,
that. There's
no.
too much video.
Right.
Everybody has a phone. Everyone has a camera.
Yep.
How many? There's probably got at least 10 plus videos that popped up of that show. People
there's a
calling,
whole
doing
bunch,
CPR, or police or
TikTok had 'em
ambulance
on
trying
there.
to come through. Everyone's freaking shaking it. It's like, dude, you guys, people were dying. It's just a bummer, and I think as bad as it is that people died, there's still a positive you can take away, right? Hopefully, other artists learn, like, hey, stop the show.
Right.
Like before we have our safety brief before we do our show and put on performance. Fucking, we stop. You see anyone go down? Stop the show. We
Yeah.
can always restart the song.
No excuses. Stop
no,
that shit.
no, it's
Yeah.
not. It's not worth the money to fill your pocket to kill somebody. That's
Right.
someone's mother, brother, son, daughter, cousin.
Right.
It's not. You know. You can always perform. You can't replace the human soul.
Exactly. And he's on stage, so he can easily just say, we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
I know other people are like, hey, Travis, hey, don't. And he just continued. But him being on stage and just saying no,
Right.
that literally quiets everybody because they're here for him.
Right.
So when he says no, everybody else is like, oh, okay. Yeah,
Well,
no.
How is Drake involved? Is Drake like an investor in Astroworld, or was he just performing? Because they both released statements at one point, and I'm thinking, because someone said, I think it's Drake and Travis Scott are both being sued right now.
Something like that.
Or it's like for $750 million.
I don't know how much Drake has into it, to be honest with you, because I've been more looking into the Travis Scott part, and because of seeing all the video footage of them chanting like "stop, stop," and he just kept going. But yeah,
That's too bad.
it's not looking good.
No.
But
No, I think they're gonna have a rough couple years here, man.
you know what else is rough to accept? How did Kim and Pete happen?
Yo, that just shows you there's always a way, but
I know.
never give up. Never give up, Drake people.
I don't get it. That fool has butthole eyes. Like, I don't get it because, like,
You said butthole eyes?
yes.
I heard he's got a piece on him, though.
Hey.
There you go.
Well, I mean, she looked
It
at
reaches.
who was it? Very good. Her sisters, right? Or one of the sisters is dating
Travis Barker.
Travis Barker.
Engaged.
Engaged, and then her other friend is dating somebody, right? Or
Machine Gun
Megan
Kelly.
Fox.
yeah, Megan Fox. So it's almost like
She needed one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just,
It seems like a publicity stunt to me.
I can't handle the hair or the eyes. I just can't do it.
Well, okay, but what's your thought, you guys? On did you see Kanye release that statement? She's still my wife. God's gonna bring us.
yeah,
back
so
together."
what was it, like 2 months ago? They were like working on it, and then like within 2 weeks. But you know, it's because no paperwork has actually really been filed on it.
I know.
So now he's just holding on for dear life, hoping to get that back.
Jesus.
I mean,
I'll be sane for you.
Did you guys see the meme of Pete Davidson? It shows him like holding Ariana Grande's hand, and she's licking like a lollipop, and then it also shows him holding Kim Kardashian's. It said, "Never
And
give
he
up,
was-
kings."
And he was with Kim Basinger too.
Really?
Wait, I'm sorry.
Kim Basinger.
Let me. Yeah, I fucked that up.
like
it was a
60.
Kim. I know. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying that can't.
I know she's still hot, but
For sure.
the Kim, the one from the one with Ben Affleck, the one from
Kim Possible?
she did all the not
cartoon?
Underworld, but she.
Oh, Kim, no,
what's her
Kate
last-
Beckinsale.
There you go, Baconsale. Whatever.
I heard
it was a beat.
She's a fucking Looney Tune.
I heard she likes
Really?
the guys young.
Dude,
Keep up with her vigor.
She.
With her finger.
That was a weird way to say that.
I love how all of us, all the guys on here, were all like, "Hey," like.
She likes the
likes them
tube, the pump and dump guys.
How old is she? Like 50 something?
She looks great for 50 if she's 50. Either way, she's an attractive lady,
Yeah.
but I heard
Yeah,
she's a little screwy too.
Really?
Like, yeah.
I never heard that.
Of course, she's a fucking nutcase. You know who else is a nutcase that came out with a second season? Tiger King.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Did you guys watch it?
I
have
did
one
watch
episode
it.
left.
Okay.
I did watch it.
Danny, when you texted us in our group chat, I was already watching it. I was
Yeah.
already on it, dude.
Well, I had to send it just in case you weren't, because I was like, it's gonna be brought up.
What do you think of it so far?
Actually, it makes Joe look good.
It does.
Totally makes
it
him
does.
look good. It makes like everybody else. That Tim guy, Tim Shark, something like that. He looks like a complete asshole. He's the one that looks like he should be thrown in jail.
Is that the bandana guy?
No, that's Jeff Lowe.
Jeff Lowe.
He
I don't like him.
deserves to be in jail too.
He's
yeah.
a piece of
He's
crap,
a big
dude.
con artist.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not saying he's like like crazy bad. He seems like a shitty person, right? He just
Yeah.
wants to take advantage of people and capitalize.
But the Tim guy, I think his last name's Stark or something, because I think I was thinking of Tony Stark. So it's like Tim Stark or something. Oh, that guy was awful. And he was pretty much stating like, I'll kill my animals myself before I let you take them.
Oh, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like, and one of them said it on there, but big cat people are
They're
psychopaths.
nuts. Yeah.
They are absolute psychopaths.
Wow.
Doesn't it make sense though, right?
Yeah, because I think
Yeah,
I'm
why
on
would
the
you-
last episode,
Right.
but you're already seeing a lot of these big name characters in the second season getting arrested.
Well,
The FBI is on them, dude.
dude, they shouldn't. I don't know. In my opinion, you shouldn't like have that.
Okay,
you know.
are
Like,
you? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Go for it.
No, please
Do it.
finish.
No, I don't know. I don't think like if you're like not a. I mean, I don't agree with like the whole zoo thing really either. Like taking these like creatures and keeping them in, confinement. So for them to be able to do that like privately, and it's like we don't know if things are up to code, how much food they're eating, what they're eating, actual healthcare, stuff
Imagine
like that.
the food a lion eats or a tiger. That's
Well,
so
the first season when I can't remember how much, but it's a shit ton. It's a lot of stuff, and like jokes, like they were feeding them like clearance sale
Yeah.
food items. They just get pallets
Expired
delivered.
meats.
Yeah, and it's like dude, that's not cool. And I think they're saying there was a higher population density in the state of Texas of tigers than there were anywhere else in the world. Like that doesn't make any sense. That shouldn't happen. And at least to me, it shouldn't. So.
I just feel like it makes Joe look really good. That documentary.
I have a question though for you guys. After seeing that, how do you feel about Carol Baskin? Do you think that she?
There's a whole episode about
her
ex's case.
He's
and-
alive. They said he's alive in South America, right? Or did they say he's dead?
didn't
Did I
catch
misunderstand it? Yeah, they did a whole thing. They're like, yeah, the FBI did a search.
I mean,
and
I did,
They handed her a letter. It said, here's the report. They said he is alive and well in South America.
but there was no proof to that though. It was like kind of hearsay.
True, but he also liked to be mysterious and evade people and not be known.
Yes.
That motherfucker was washing his money, dude.
I don't know. I was really faded when I watched it, so I can't.
I don't think it answered the questions I was looking for. Like, because it's like they opened up a cold case investigation on it. They didn't find anything. Yeah, he might have been, down South America, and like he's washing his money clearly, right?
Yeah.
And, they kind of ran like a little smear thing is like, he was like involved with like younger chicks and stuff. But it didn't really answer the questions of like last time seen and this. And like she's so vague about everything she talks about. I feel like, I don't know.
Well, she didn't even agree to the documentary either.
Oh, she didn't?
No.
The second one or
really?
first one?
The second one we talked about it the last set.
How did she fucking... Oh, I don't remember.
Weird.
I got too much to remember.
No, she pretty much said "F you" to the people who were gonna push it through and everything, saying I don't allow this, and
But they still put it through.
they still put it through. So yeah,
But goes on Dancing with the Stars and
Yeah.
takes the, her notoriety from the. I mean, she could say whatever she wants, but I'm sure her viewership has more than tripled, and she's making money. I mean, if anyone had the way to do it down, like as far as scheming the system, it was her. She would.
She always played innocent.
She played innocent, and she had everything was a nonprofit. Well, I hate to break it to everybody, but nonprofits make a fuck ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
And she's hiring people for free. So all the people that were working for her were for free.
It's like a
It's
church,
it's
dude.
charitable. Yeah.
It's like a church,
Right?
I told somebody today, I'm like, you're seeing all these charities and people getting caught. All it is, it's just what church does. It's just not called fucking church.
Well, then she worked with PETA to shut down parks.
Yeah.
And then would confiscate because she has a free reserve.
so far
Right.
she's like the only one on there that doesn't look like she's really being looked into.
She's not getting
Somehow.
in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, she's also got multi-millions before the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who knows? And that's also I want to say. I'm not like crapping on church, but I mean,
white
how do you
people
guys remember?
problems, dude.
Remember youth group? Do you guys remember youth group? We go to
Extorting
church
tigers.
and they want you to volunteer all the time.
Oh yeah.
It's like, dude, I gotta work, man. I can't be working for free, dude.
Yep. I need money.
Yeah, it is.
It turns out it's important. Nah.
The last thing, officially, Britney is free, correct?
Yes, she's officially free.
Let's go, Britney!
It's only because promoting it on here, dude.
Absolutely.
That's all.
Absolutely, dude. I hashtagged her every time.
Absolutely.
I hope she watched at least one of these.
How long do you think it will be before she has like a porno that comes out?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Well, she's been
What? Oh, is that bad? Sorry.
posting
no, no,
out-
you're
Sorry,
fine.
sorry.
She's been putting up some risque
Yeah,
photos.
she's definitely been
Exactly,
posting
that's
some
totally-
risque
yeah.
photos. So
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know,
it's
man.
sad though because she feels weird being free to where she doesn't even.
No, it's
it's
true.
almost like she doesn't feel safe. Like she's really watching everything she does, but then she says that, but then you see her Instagram, so who knows?
Well, it's like,
Right.
can you imagine being, we'll just say, a prisoner in your home for 13 plus years?
Yeah.
And now you're given ultimate freedom again? It would be kind of weird. It'd be hard to adjust because think of where things were 13 years ago to now. It's absolutely different.
Yeah.
It's all impulse buys. Be bankrupt in a year. You're like, I didn't know because I wasn't able to spend my money. I don't know, man. I'm glad that she's like free. You know,
That
because
story-
she should be able to make decisions
When
for
she
herself.
when she comes out with the real story of everything behind the scenes, you know some of her family's going down.
Oh yeah.
They have to.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
They fucking have to, dude.
They're gonna be out and with Carol Baskin's husband, dude, in South America.
A little sardine oil in her shoes.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do.
Hey, you got those questions?
I do.
do
I
it.
do. All right, first one on the docket. The Ask the Internet.
We'll do two of them.
questions
Two
here.
of them.
Two. Okay. Well, then this will be a fun.
Our
first one.
next guest is here already.
If you can get shit faced with any U.S. president, who would it be? Of all time.
Bill Clinton, nasty bastard.
Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
want to see what he's got to say.
That's a
dude.
good one. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
dude?
that's a good one.
You know, Timothy.
George got a good fucking.
No, I was trying to get like, Tim, hand me the beer. Shit, you. Yeah, I was like, keep it down, Monica. Anyway, who would I get shit faced with? That's a great question. I don't know, man.
Ford. I could see you doing Ford
Ford? Why? Why?
because he's boring, and you would make him funny and fun. I could see you hanging out with that guy. Yeah. You could lighten him up, dude. You can get him to talk.
All right, I
He'll
just
tell you
say-
where the alien bases are on Mars and shit that we have.
Yeah, but I want like a newer
Thank
one.
you, Tim,
dude.
for me
I'd
being
probably party.
boring.
Not Jordan, him.
I'd probably party with Clinton just so I can like ask him a bunch of like messed up questions once he's hammered too.
or JFK. It's him or JFK.
Yeah.
You know JFK party.
Yeah,
There
JFK.
you
Actually, I want to reinstate my
Let's
answer.
go.
JFK, big time.
Right.
Danny?
No, I was there too. I was
Hillary
thinking-
Clinton? Oh, wait, what?
What?
She wasn't a
Be
president.
shopping for pantsuits.
They look like bulletproof vests, man. They're on so tight.
I would want somebody wild. I would want somebody spicy like Trump.
Really?
I think he'd
kinda
be
thought that.
hilarious.
I thought that was my first
He would
kind of
be-
thought.
Be in
yeah.
a nice place, I'm sure.
Right, yeah.
Fancy shit.
You'll be in
Sparkly,
a
yeah.
penthouse with gold pillars, but you'll be eating McDonald's and shit. That's how he rolls. I love it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like it's cliche to have like eat like off Crystal, but you're eating chicken McNuggets or some shit. Yeah.
Exactly. It's still fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is wait, Sam. Did
No,
you?
it was the first thing I was thinking was Trump, and then I was like, well, if you really want to hear somebody talk some weird shit, it'd be Biden, right? I really think, you know.
He wouldn't know he's in the room.
I think I-
right.
He'd
you
probably
know?
shit himself.
Wouldn't that be fucking dope?
Like,
right.
aren't we supposed to have like 10 more drinks before that happens? I was like, geez, dude, we just started.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
One
End
more.
of quote.
End of quote.
Just kidding. Okay. These ones. All right. Let's see. What TV show could you take a college course in and get an A?
Family Feud.
Really?
Oh,
Easy.
Family Feud?
Easy.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Please set up a date with your
Family-
parents with me.
Family Feud.
Oh,
right.
I'd fit in.
Right. My dad's screaming at the TV.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
But back.
I was all fired up with that picture you sent me. I was like,
Right.
dang, I wish I was there.
Yeah, he was chilling. He had already guessed.
You know what?
everything.
You know what?
Nailed it.
You know what mine would be?
What's that?
I actually have two. It would be History's Mysteries and Ancient Aliens.
Oh, aliens
Lame.
for sure.
Whatever, dude. I love History's Mysteries, dude. They're so good. Geek.
get it.
That seems like a difficult college course. Like, you're
I would
opening
love it.
yourself
I love
up to a
history.
lot of questions.
I would
feel
love
like,
it, dude.
I was thinking like Saved by the Bell.
You guys ever watch Ancient Aliens? The guy with the blown out hair?
Yeah, I've watched it.
It's so good.
Never seen it. No.
I love it.
What?
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
how
I
to
always
wa-
fall asleep.
off the air, Cam. Off the air, I will tell you how to watch it.
Yeah. Tell me how to watch it.
Yeah.
There's a method. Hey, my man.
Yeah, my dude.
Yeah.
You'll love that show, dude. It's
With
crazy.
the TV.
Did everybody answer that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
all
said
did?
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell.
I was going for an easy A.
I got you.
I was like, got this one.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I saw a poster of before we end?
What's up?
This show came on. I think it was Saturday mornings on Channel 4. Hey, dude.
I love Hey Dude.
I
Hey,
s-
Dude.
online.
Love Hey Dude.
I think Facebook has there's a page called Just for 90s Kids.
Oh, I follow it.
yeah.
Yeah, and somebody put up like a Hey Dude. I'm like, oh my god, like no way.
I like Salute Your Shorts too.
Dude, Salute Your Shorts was awesome.
Yeah, that was Nickelodeon.
Trumpet in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pete and Pete.
That red mullet.
Are you afraid of the dark?
Dude,
that was a
they
good run.
rebooted that.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to check that out.
Yeah, if you go on,
me out as a kid.
there's a YouTube that.
You know who is scary? Zeke the plumber.
See
Oh,
the plumber.
Zeke the plumber, yeah.
You guys don't remember him.
No, I remember Zeke the plumber. I'm trying to
That's
think.
how we just repeated what you
Right,
said.
Zeke
Like
the
we
plumber.
I know. I was like, you guys don't know. Remember that,
I
dude.
think it's YouTube or one of the streaming channels, but they have every episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh no shit.
Yeah, I can't remember where I found it, and I was like sitting there watching it one day. It's not as scary now, of course. You look, you're like, wow, that was cheesy. But as a kid, you're like, oh my god.
You're just realizing how lame you were.
Yeah. God, I'm such a pussy.
Stupid.
Hey, but we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys again for coming for our November monthly review. Friggin' awesome. We have Sam Komalafe,
Yeah.
Danielle Cravat,
What's up?
Jordan Jimiola,
Yo,
J
myself,
squared.
J Squared,
squared.
and
Double J. You said triple. I was like,
Well,
Triple
triple
J.
was
Yeah.
no Jordan Jean Jamiola,
Oh, my God.
and then there's
Yeah.
if you kick out your middle name, J squared.
J squared.
Let's go.
and then we have myself, Tim Fisher. If you guys can, please leave a review and give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. We really appreciate it. It helps us out. Let's get a let's go on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Bye, everybody. And that's it. Thank you for listening in, everybody. I'd like to thank our sound engineer who makes this podcast happen and makes us sound very good, Stephen Clark. And to our first sponsor, 89 Barbers. Look good, feel good, be great. Come get your haircut at 2 locations, Long Beach and in Orange, California. Your appointment can be booked at 89barbers.com. That is BARBRERS. 89barbers.com. Again, look good, feel good, be great. Check it out. That's my barber. He is the man. Thanks, everybody. Bye.